Hello guys, this is Doronsmovies, and welcome to the World of Warcraft lore Q&A number 58. Now in this video, I'll be answering some of the questions that you guys left in the previous video, and if you'd like to get your questions answered, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, as that is the best way to leave them, as I can just go video by video and just see which questions for which video. You can also send them by Facebook and Twitter, and sometimes I'll respond to them personally there as well. So that is also a good way, and if I don't respond to them within a week or two, just send them again. So this is a bit of a weirder video since this is pre-recorded. I recorded this on Wednesday, Thursday. I guess it's Wednesday right now since it's 12 o'clock. But pretty much I'm uploading this. I believe it's Saturday, Sunday now. I'm not really certain. I'm away for the weekend in a bit because I got some stuff I gotta finish. So this is pre-recorded. I was sick. I'm not sick anymore, but my voice still might be a bit weird. It's not as bad as it was before, but I'm once you're sick and after that you're still feeling a little bit sick, but you're not really sick. So I'm sorry for my voice. So just before I start the video, I wanted to talk about the streaming schedule that I'm planning on doing. So I'm planning on starting an actual schedule in March once I'm free. And at that time I should probably have at least 1 month or so where I can dedicate it to just YouTube and Twitch, an entire free month where I don't really have to go anywhere or do anything. So I want to get a consistent schedule. Now the main problem with Twitch is that I started it before, but I always did is random streams here and there, and I was sort of working on it working on it like YouTube. But on Twitch, it's super important to have an exact schedule and be consistent. So I want to work a bit on my Twitch channel, as I really do enjoy streaming, and if you like these Q&A videos, you should probably watch the streams as well, because you can ask me questions there live. Obviously, I can't know everything about the lore. I mean, even in real history, you have history books. Not every historian knows, memorizes the entire history of the mankind. But I should be able to answer most of the questions. Some I might not know, but that's all the thing, with the live thing and where I have some time to do research. So just give me some ideas on the streaming schedule, because I mostly did them before at around 6 to 8, 7, 8 p.m. my time, which is GMT +1. So pretty much it's the same time for the Central Europe, Germany, Sweden, and all those surrounding countries. I believe UK is 1 hour before, so if it's 6 o'clock, in UK it's 5 o'clock. So I'm not really certain if that is a good schedule, because judging by my analytics, most of my audience is from America, and I'm not really certain on the time zones there. So it would be great if you guys could send me a message or just give me your perfect schedule or something in the comment section below, at what point in time, or at what certain time you would be able to watch it. If you want to check the time, I'm not really certain of the time zones. I always get confused there. So just type in current time, GMT +1, and that should tell you you can just kind of see the difference that it is, and you can just tell me if it's 1 o'clock where you are. Just tell me 8 hours, after 6 o'clock or something like that. Just check the time if you can. So I would really appreciate that, because I want to plan, I want to get an actual schedule. Now I'm not really certain on when I'm gonna do them. I want to do a test on in the morning, afternoon, and night, and see what works best. So I'm probably gonna do a few streams a bit different, and then I'm gonna get a set schedule that I want to do consistently. As the honest, the key to growing on Twitch is just being consistent, and I can't really do that. Well, now I can't. I couldn't do it before, so I just want to have Twitch and YouTube as well, because Twitch is an entirely different thing, and you gotta start from scratch as well. I guess having a YouTube channel helps out there, but still you gotta start from scratch. So I want to have a YouTube channel and a Twitch channel where I can talk to the audience and pretty much answer questions, not just this Q&A, and play different games with viewers and everything. So I would really appreciate the feedback on that. Now I know I'm already taking way too much time of this. I always do that on Q&As. I know some people kind of don't like that. The thing is, I really like to keep these Q&As sort of a podcast on the channel, where I can just ramble and talk about stuff, answer questions and just talk about the stuff on the channel. Obviously I could make a video on that and just explain it. Obviously it would work better for me, because the more videos you have, you would earn more money from it, or just views. But I really just want to do this, I just want to have a series where I can just talk to the audience every few days or so on the channel. Well, not few days, but at least once a week when I do the Q&A. So yeah, this is sort of a thing, and obviously I don't really edit the videos that much. That is on purpose. I know you're just gonna say oh, that's lazy, because you could obviously edit the videos, but I do it on purpose because I want this to be sort of a podcast type of a video where you can just do something else, maybe play World of Warcraft or whatever it is, and just listen to the video, not just watch the video. Obviously you can watch the video because I put gameplay on it, but it's not really that interesting. So this is supposed to be just a podcasty type of a video. So that is why I kind of ramble a bit and talk about the other stuff on the channel and everything like that. So I mean, if you don't really like that, I put the times in the description box. I just put the times for the first question, so you can obviously just skip the intro and get to the first question. So let me just not waste any more time. It's already almost like 5-6 minutes, so let's just get into the first question. Alright, the first question is by Byron, and he asks, how did the Alliance and the Horde see Death Knights? As they were evil and did evil things, however it was against their will, and they have now rejoined the Alliance/Horde. So how do people see them? Are they looked down upon by maybe a certain group of people, or the entirety of their society? So, it is a bit of a hard question right now, and I can't just give you like a straight out answer. I would suggest checking out my Death Knight RP guide, as in there I explained how people treat them by races and how everything works. Like, you can always check out my RP guides. I know people don't, like, not many people RP, but even if you like the lore, you should check out those videos, because I like to keep them as much for lore lessons as I can, so you can learn about, like, if you can learn about Death Knights. Even if you don't roleplay a Death Knight, you can learn about Death Knights through the Death Knight role-playing guide. So I kinda explained it there, but pretty much, like, in a summary, it's mixed. Like, right now they're definitely not treated as badly as they were when Wrath of the Lich King started, and they're more accepted, because, you know, when Wrath of the Lich King started, when you get out of the Death Knight zone, they pretty much just throw like apples, like rotten stuff at you, and just, you know, say all sorts of stuff. They obviously don't like you. There is like a clear signal, but I mean, right now it's a bit different, because Lich King has been defeated, and they're on the good side now, and people have seen them before. Like, being a Death Knight is not as rare as before, because you just see someone like, I mean, plus they have the Forsaken, so people are used to the undead, so it's not really that crazy anymore, and it's definitely not the same hate they had before, but still, they're not just, for example, if you're like a Death Knight in Stormwind, you're definitely not the same as a priest or a paladin. People just don't respect you for it, and there's always people that like you and that hate you. But I think like certain races, like the Night Elves for example, don't really like them, as it is kind of against their tradition. So my answer is, it just kind of depends on the most races. Some accept it, some don't, and it's definitely better than it was a few years back, so I hope that is some sort of an answer, but just in summary, it's pretty mixed. Alright, next question is by WoW Jedi, and he asks, will we ever get a hybrid race between Ogre and Orc like Rexxar, or maybe half-breed between Orc and Draenei like Garona? So I don't really think so. I mean, we might see like mixed breed characters or like half-breed characters, but the entire race is really like just stretching it a bit. It's a bit of a long shot now. And the entire hybrid character thing is also really confusing in the lore. I'm pretty certain that at this point, Blizzard just doesn't want to make as many of them, as it really messes up the lore and makes all these like grey areas that people can't really explain. But I guess it's fun. I mean, like Rexxar for example, I really like his character, and I really wanted to see like a mix between an Orc and an Ogre, so it does kind of spice up the lore a bit, but too much of it would kind of mess it up. So seeing an entire mixed race, I definitely don't think so, like on their own, but I think we will see some more like mixed characters at some point in the future, but not too many of them. Alright, next question is by Froggy, and he asks, so during Wrath of the Lich King, did Arthas have the power to basically let his scourge destroy both the Alliance and Horde? And if so, why wasn't it his goal to end all life? Now I wouldn't really say so, because if he did, he would have definitely done it, because at that point he was really evil, and don't let those like small, actually like Arthas moments fool you, because he would have used like the first chance he got to destroy the world, so I would definitely say he was pretty evil. But it is actually said, and I'm not sure if this is like confirmed or not, and that is that Arthas never got like to his full power, and if we didn't kill him at that point, he would have grown even stronger, and who knows if he would be able to actually defeat him in the future, and he might have a chance to actually take the world. But of course, that's just in the lore, that's definitely not in the game. I mean, an MMORPG definitely wouldn't be fun if someone just like destroyed the world and you couldn't play it anymore, or just be like a slave to Arthas or something like that. But in this context, I'm pretty much just talking about the lore aspect of it and just like the story aspect. So, if it lasted for like a year or more, he would have probably taken over the world, but he didn't, so it's pretty much over. Alright, next question is by Ethan, and he asks, what's your warrior's in-character story for your roleplay? So I actually get this question a lot on the stream and on the YouTube channel, so I'll just give you like a quick summary of it. But at this point, like I'm currently working again like on making a new one, or like just reworking on it, because the story is like 6 years old. I was like 13 years old when I made this story, so it's not really that great, but pretty much he's 6 years old. He was an adult when the entire war started with the first horde, and he took part in it. Later on he was captured by the humans, but he managed to actually escape by himself and was wandering the wilds until he ran into the Orcish horde, the one led by Troll and everything like that, so he joined up. And now everything happened after that, but I guess it's also worth mentioning he's from the Warsong clan, and he was sort of like a medium to high ranked in the army, so he spent a lot of his life in the army and wasn't just like a grunt. Like, he wasn't just a brute in it, he was kind of like a soldier, and he knows like the tactics and everything. But that is pretty much like the short summary of it. I have a longer version obviously, because you have to if you like roleplay your character seriously, but I'm definitely reworking on it right now, and I'm gonna change his personality up a bit because, as I said, I was like 13 years old when I made it, so it's not really, I didn't really know the lore as much before, and yeah, it is a bit different. And plus, I like renamed my character. I don't know if you can tell from the videos, my character was named Thori'dal before, now he's named Doran, so I'll probably rework the character and just like get up like a new story. I'm gonna use like the same base, but just gonna rework it a bit and make it a bit more like, I don't know, like in depth, I guess, or a bit more interesting. So yeah, that is pretty much the entire summary. Alright, and the last question is by Echo6, and he asks, here's a question never seen answered by Blizzard. What is the lore of Thori'dal, the Star's Fury? Who was its original owner, who made it, and why did Kill Jaden have it? So I usually wouldn't answer a question like this, but since you left it on a few videos, I really wanted to do it because I don't want you like leaving questions and I'm just like ignoring them or anything like that. But pretty much the answer is, it's a gameplay thing. Obviously Kill Jaden wasn't using like the bow for himself. Like, it was made by high elves, so if he was using it, he would be like using it but like with his little pinky or something like that. It's obviously like super small, but pretty much the thing is, it's like a gameplay thing, and there's a lot of speculations going around it. Some people say it belonged to like a high ranked elf, people say it belonged to like Allyria, and then people say it belonged to this the entire Sunstrider bloodline, and it's like the super important bow. But in all honesty, like through the official information we have, like the lack of information, I guess, it's just a gameplay thing that Blizzard added. I'm pretty sure when they added that bow, they didn't really think, oh, we're gonna like think of this amazing story about this bow, but pretty much what they did is they thought, oh, this is like a dungeon with like a blood elf environment, so let's just add like a weapon that is a blood elf, like it's like a blood elf weapon, so let's just make that like a super legendary weapon and everything like that. So I'm pretty certain that's the entire story, but we might learn some more about it in the future. It might be mentioned like a comic or something like that. Then we can like backtrace to it, but I think the chance for that is pretty slim, and I don't really think we will learn all that much lore about it because there isn't really all that much lore about it. Alright, that is all I have for this Q&A. Thanks a lot for watching. This has been a bit longer because I was rambling like forever in the start, but as I said, like if you don't really like that, you can just like, I always put the times so people can just go to a certain question if they don't want to watch the entire thing, so you can just click to the first question if you don't want to watch my ramble at the start. So thanks a lot for taking time out of your day to watch this video. As I said, if you could like leave in the comment section below like your time, like your time zone or whatever when you would be able to watch him, just leave it, because I'm trying to form like a schedule for my stream, so I would really appreciate that. And also don't forget to like, favorite and subscribe, as it really helps with the channel and keeps all these videos going. And thanks a lot for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and see you next time.